Hello everyone, and welcome to Shell Point Today for Monday, July 20th. I'm Dan Philgreen. On today's show, Jim Plummer will talk with Terry Kolath about his upcoming class on Internet security. And we will learn about the services of home care here at Shell Point as Marcia Orgega talks with Heather Batty about the Health Connections class coming Wednesday. But first, don't forget about the Assisted Living Tea and Tour tomorrow at the Arbor. This informative tour and presentation is designed to answer all your questions about transitioning to assisted living and how to access the support and services that you may need either now or in the coming years. You'll learn the differences between all three of our assisted living facilities here at Shell Point, and you'll meet your case manager and learn about their role in your transition. The presentation, which starts at 10 a.m. at the Arbor tomorrow, is hosted by Director of Assisted Living, Rita Southern. One of Shell Point's resources designed to help you stay in touch with our community is the website at shellpoint.net. It has become the fourth method of communication, in addition to the magazine, the weekly reminder, and of course, the one you're utilizing right now, Shell Point TV. Not only can you learn about events and classes, but you can also register for them right from the website. Join Shell Point's webmaster, Mike Haber, this Thursday as he will show you how to take full advantage of the website and learn everything that is available to you. The class begins at 1 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands. Again, that's this Thursday. If you own a computer, no doubt you have personal information stored there. And once connected to the internet, you want to make sure that you have the proper tools and procedures to protect that information. This is actually quite easy and straightforward once you learn how to maintain a common sense attitude while you're on the internet. Jim Plummer of Parkwood will show you how to use security software, email attachments, passwords, and about downloading security updates in this two-session class. He visits with Terry Kolath now to give us more details.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath. I'm here with Jim Plummer talking about the Computer College and the Academy of Lifelong Learning, particularly a class on security. Thanks for joining me, Jim.
You're very welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, is there any doubt in anyone's mind that we should be more secure with our...
Absolutely. It's a terrible problem throughout the world right now with computer viruses and hackers and so forth. This is actually a course that I think every resident at Shell Point that has a computer should be taking this course.
Absolutely.
You at least should be aware of what the threats are and what you should be doing at home with your computer before you lose everything and somebody steals all your vital information away from your computer.
Yeah, it's not just a hypothetical thing. It's happening everywhere now.
No, it's a terrible epidemic.
How hard is it to be secure on your computer?
It's not that difficult. That's the reason I'm teaching the course. And, it's a two-session course. The first session, I spend time on what you should be doing to prepare yourself, what installations you should have, what software you should have, what you should be doing with your computer when you first get it out of the box, but inspecting it now and making sure everything's there, installing and maintaining security programs, keeping them updated. All of these software programs that are available need to be updated because every single day some creep somewhere in the world is releasing another one of these bugs. So these security companies, antivirus and anti-malware companies are releasing updates every day. And you need to make sure they're coming in, that you're accepting them and you're allowing them into the computer, the updates from the
and your computer tells you there's an update.
Some people do it that way. I don't. I just tell it, come on in.
Oh, anytime, right, sure.
Anytime.
So you explain the differences and how you can...
Yes, and the good part is with newer computers, it's done in the background, so you never know that it's going on. It doesn't slow you down. It doesn't... in the old days, some of us old timers, it tells you, and then you'd have to wait and wait and wait.
Right.
But now they're coming in very quickly. Then the second session, we'll talk about the daily practices and the things you should be doing to maintain vigilance. Not opening email attachments from somebody that you don't know. Being aware of phishing schemes. You've all heard of phishing schemes. You need to be doing those sorts of things. You need to be very aware of what good passwords are, how to develop good passwords, and how they should be different passwords for every internet site that you're going on. There are password managers out there that I introduce people to that can do a lot of this work for you. So that's basically what the course is. These security threats are real, they're out there, but the countermeasures are real and they're available. They're effective, they're very easy to use, but you just need to make sure that you're doing them in order to have a safe life on the computer. If you're on the computer and you are acting independently and on your own, just writing your genealogy or your recipes, and you're not connected to the internet, you're as safe as you can possibly be. But the minute you take that cord and plug it in with the internet or go wirelessly connect to the internet,
Wi-Fi, sure.
then you have opened yourself up to every creep in the world. It's not unlike walking through Ferguson or Baltimore or Cleveland or one of those places that aren't secure, or downtown. You need to be looking around, watching where you are, and taking the right security measures. And that's what you just need to be aware of it and take the right precautions. And as soon as you connect, you're in with the rest of the world.
Connect, either plug it in or go on wireless Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Jim, I love how you give all of the information to your students so that they can go home. Are you going to recommend actual software?
I'm going to have a list of what good software packages are. I might even give you their ratings by rating companies that do these sorts of things, but I'm not going to tell them that they have to have this one. There are some that are free. There are some that cost $50 a year, but you just, I don't care which ones people use. They're all good as long as they're on that list that I give them. But you need to be sure that you have one of these systems on the computer. They are turned on, they are running, and that automatic updates are coming in.
Now, do you have to have Windows 8.1?
No. I've had Macintosh people in this class. The security course is applicable to anybody that's plugging into the internet, whether you've got XP or 7 or 8 or Macintosh or whatever.
Yeah. I see in your description in the Academy brochure that questions during class time are encouraged. What a gift.
Always.
What a gift to ask a question right when you have it.
Yeah,
and you learn from each other that way. Maybe you don't even know what to ask, and somebody's sitting next to you.
I encourage people, if they don't understand what I said, or if they have a question that they've experienced, to raise their hand, because if they have this concern or they have this question, then probably all the other students in the course have the same concern. So.
Well, thank you so much for not only looking out for our security, but putting together a class and teaching anyone who signs up for 2 sessions how they can be more secure on their computer.
Once again, I encourage everybody to sign up.
Right. You can offer it again. You're probably going to fill this class.
Oh, yes.
Good. Well, Jim keeps offering this class, but if you have some time in July on the 23rd and the 30th, you can get ahead of the pack and take Protect Your Computer Security on the Internet. CC 156. You're invited. Register at either service desk.
And now, let's talk about home health care. What is it exactly? And how does it differ from skilled and private care? Heather Batty of Resort Services speaks with Home Care Office Manager Marcia Orgega now to learn about this important Health Connections class on home care and what you need to know.
Hi, I'm Heather Batty with Resort Services, and today I'm here with Marcia Orgega. She is from Home Care, and she's the office manager. Today, she's going to be here to discuss the upcoming Health Connection program on July 22nd. The program is all about home care and you and what you need to know. I think this is really interesting, Marcia, and I think a lot of people really might not even understand home care. So can you explain to us a little bit more about home care?
Yes. Well, we're in the pavilion, and what we do is we go into your homes, you sign up with us, and if you need some assistance, like help showering, cooking, laundry, light housekeeping, maybe you need to go to a doctor's appointments or just need someone to go shopping for you.
Okay.
Companionship, maybe you need to do exercises and need someone to go walking with you.
Sure.
We do all that, a number of other things too. You know, we're part of Shell Point, but it is private pay.
Okay.
There is, you know, a private pay. We encourage people to sign up because even though you don't have to use us right away, at least you get to know us and we get to know you. And if by something happens that you have to use us on an emergency basis, like you go to the hospital and you're getting out, you don't have to worry about signing up because we need these paperwork signed so that we have permission to go help you and go into your home.
So
and
you're
that way
not-
you get to know us,
Sorry.
and we get to know you and your needs, and we're not going in blinded, you know,
Right.
by, well, what do I do here?
So you can, how would you go about signing up for home care?
Well, you call us, which our number is 454-2242, and you'll meet with Diane, who is our RN case manager. She goes and meets with you, explains more in detail what, you know, we do and things. We have a care plan that she writes out, like what would you expect from us, what we can do for you. In case of an emergency or whatever the situation. Maybe you just need somebody for your mom to walk your mom in the pavilion or something like that. We do that. We take people out for walks. And you sign the papers, and then we just put you in our system. And there you go. And whenever you need us, you just call and say, I
Okay.
need this, I need that.
Okay, so you could, it doesn't, you're not being charged right away.
No, it's free to sign up.
Okay, and then if you just decide one morning you need assistance with something, you can call that morning?
Yeah, we prefer to get a little notice because, you know,
Sure.
we do our schedules a week in advance.
Okay.
So pretty much we book everybody out. But if we have space, we will fit you in. If you call us, say you have a doctor's appointment a week later or something and you have no transportation, give us a call and say, I have this appointment, I need help getting there and stuff like that, and we can do it for you. And we have done emergencies where at the last minute people have called and we have squeezed you in or moved something around. We try very hard to accommodate your needs.
So this is for not only assisted living or if you live in the pavilion, but also independent residents, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. I think a lot of people might not realize that. Now I see you have some paperwork with you or some flyers that you wanted to share.
Yes, and you can pick up these flyers in the office too. We have a fund that was set up, that DORS DD fund,
Okay.
for people who don't have the money to, you know, pay to, and they want to get out. Say they're in the pavilion and they want to get out and get some sunshine, but they don't have a lot of money to do this. Well, there is a fund that's set up for us to take people out on walks for a couple hours, you know, just to get them out.
That's great. And you would just apply for that through Home Health? Great, that's excellent. Well, this sounds like a great program. Again, it's Wednesday, July 22nd. It's going to be at the Social Center at 1:15. So I really encourage you to go and join and really learn a little bit more about home care. Thanks and have a wonderful day.
And now, let's get up to date on all of the latest happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections, right after this Listening to the Words preview from David Hauenstien.
Go out and play is the theme of this week's Listening to the Words. It includes an essay titled The Wisdom of Play. It shows how two girls use their imaginations to reinvent the game of Scrabble by playing with nonsense words that sound real, are as long and silly as possible, and have invented definitions. They should have, and you will meet the child who wrote a poem called The Oogles. You'll also enjoy a story about the importance of twinkling eyes and a wry grin when fully enjoying a card game. Hear a story about how a year of straight A's won a 9-year-old a trip of her lifetime. You'll have to laugh at a shell pointer story about a 5-year-old and his 6-inch black snake collaborating to create a chaotic show and tell. I'm David Hauenstien, promising a fun time twice each hour all this week on Shell Point Channel 12. And anyone can tune in anytime to hear Program 197 at www.shellpoint.net, clicking on Media, and then clicking on Listening to the Words. Or by going directly to www.shellpoint.net/listening.
Hello and welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Caitlin Van Scoy and I'm here with Bev Chanley, and we're going to let you know all of Monday's activities. We're going to start Monday morning with Beach Day. Pickups begin on the island at 8:30, 8:40 Woodlands, and 8:50 Eagles Preserve and Estuary. You do need to sign up for that trip. At 8:45, we have virtual bowling in the Resident Activity Center. The men's round-robin doubles tennis will be at the tennis courts at the Woodlands at 9 o'clock. And billiards will be played at 9:15 at the Resident Activity Center. At 9:15, we have the Lollygaggers Paddlers meeting for their weekly outing. They leave from the kayak storage. Pottery with instruction is available in the Pottery Studio at 9:15. And at 10 o'clock, the Suzy Q heads out to Matanzas on the Bay for lunch. You do need to sign up for that. The Disciples Men's Bible Study Group will be meeting in the game room of the Woodlands at 10:30. And at 10:45, we have table tennis playing clinic. That'll be in the Tarpon Room. At 11:30, we have a Health Connections class, Bar Basics, Session B in the Health Club, and that's currently full. Here's Bev to tell you all about our afternoon.
Thank you, Caitlin. At 12 o'clock today, we have Mahjong. That's in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. We move to 1:15, where advanced table tennis will be set up down in the Tarpon Room. Also at 1:15, we have Samba, the card game, in the Resident Activities Center. At 1:45, we have a Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1, Session B. That's in the Health Club. That's currently full. At 2:15, we have an event, Do You Know Your Neighbor? Greece is the topic of the day, and that's in the Social Center. At 3 o'clock, we have a Health Connections class, Pilates Stretch. That's in the Health Club on the island. Now at 5 o'clock, the singles table will be available at the Crystal Dining Room. Duplicate Bridge will be in the game room of the Woodlands at 6:30. At 7:15, we have a Monday DVD. This one's sponsored by the Village Church, and it's entitled God's Not Dead, and we hope you get out there to see that film. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you back here again tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Colath with your Academy information for Monday, the 20th of July. At 10:30, Anatomy of Words meets in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and they welcome everyone. At 1 o'clock, our Mahjong Part 2 Defense and Strategies class continues in the Country Kitchen on the second floor at the Arbor in the Woodlands. We have a couple new classes coming tomorrow. Professor Adrian Kerr is going to talk about the lost world of Atlantis. And then Penny Modridge and some other wonderful volunteers will provide an Apple iPad or iPhone walk-in clinic.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is grilled marinated pork chop with southern rice, tomatoes, and okra. The dinner special is Old Home Cooking Night for $11.95, and the soup of the day is Senate Bean. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Monday, the special is a mushroom Swiss burger with fries for $7.75. The dinner special is Caribbean grilled tilapia with rice pilaf and steamed broccoli for $8.75, and the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm Andy Hawkins, the senior pastor of the Village Church, and I'm here with my friend Nita Deweese, and Nita is involved in the leadership of the library at the Village Church, but she's also on the Christian Education Committee of the Village Church, and we have a special occasion coming up, don't we, Nita, that's sponsored by the Christian Education Committee.
Yes, we do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We're trying our first ever movie night.
Oh, great.
It'll be held this coming Monday, the 20th of July, at 7:15 at the Social Center, complete with popcorn and lemonade. Okay. And the movie we're going to show is called God's Not Dead.
Oh, yes.
It was shown as a commercial movie in 2013 and was very well received. And we seem to have over 300 DVDs in our church library, which is quite a few, from classics to family movies to whatever.
Right.
And I think that this might let people know that we do have over 300,
Right.
and they better come and listen to some of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because,
And of course,
we have
they're
such a
they're
good
there
variety.
because people can check them out and use them in their own homes, of
That's
course.
right.
But it's always more fun, I think, to get a large group of people together to watch something. And I think a lot of people, particularly at the Village Church, will welcome this particular movie, won't they? Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what it's about.
Okay, it's about mainly the main character is a professor in college, and the student, of course, is a freshman. And when he gets to the class, when he signed up, the person who was signing him up saw a cross on his chest. He said, "I think you want to go to a different class." And he said, "No." He said, "I heard that this philosophy class was good." "Well, but I don't think you want to go there." Well, he went there anyway. And right out on the first day, what this professor said was, "I don't want to fool around with trying to figure out who believes and who doesn't and all this kind of stuff in a God that doesn't exist. And I want everybody to take their paper out and write on their paper, 'God is dead.'" And of course, this particular young person said, "I can't do that
Right.
because I'm a Christian." Well, then, of course, he was made fun of and ridiculed, and he was the only one in the class that refused to do that assignment. So it ended up that the professor got very upset with him and said, "Well, you can have 20 minutes, I believe it was, at the end of each of our sessions, and you prove to me that he isn't dead." So that was the challenge.
That's right. And you know, I can actually relate a lot to that because I came out of a university setting, and I do know professors like that.
Like that.
Now, it's interesting, they usually aren't maybe quite as bold as this person was, but the message sometimes maybe a little more subtly is expressed that if you have those views that this young man had, then you're somehow less than human.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's either an explicit or an implicit way in which a lot of I think very bold professors really try to almost coerce students' thinking in a lot of universities, and I've seen that kind of thing happen with
Well,
with
and
young
if
people.
you are a person who really wants to get through the university studies without violating your faith, and this man has as much told you, you do it my way or
Right.
you fail.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, that's just weird,
That's
but
right.
it does happen.
Yeah, yeah. So the whole concept, you know, obviously it is a movie. You know,
Right.
it is
Fiction.
it is fiction. However, the issue is very much real.
Real.
And I've seen it in the university, and I've known students who have struggled in especially philosophy classes
Right.
like that. Because they're afraid of the grade that they would get if
Right,
they
'cause they
express certain
buckle
kinds
under.
of views, and so I understand that this is good. This is a fascinating element. Now, I've seen the movie, and I loved the elements that this young man brought when he came
prove.
and tried to establish the existence of God by virtue of various arguments that I think people will find quite sophisticated
Right.
and very valid. And so I think it's an excellent movie in that
is.
regard as well.
And it makes you think.
Absolutely.
And during this period of time, recently, more actually, I have just been aware, because I'm not out there in the big world that much, but there are professors now that are saying the professor would bring in creation instead of evolution. They can lose their tenure. How can that be?
Yeah,
I mean,
the
isn't this-
the pressure is not only against students,
Right.
because a lot of the whole issue with an academic setting, I know this very well, that other colleagues make a lot of decisions about
Sure.
who is retained,
Right.
and in certain departments, if they have a particular point of view they want to have expressed,
Right.
it can be very difficult for young professors especially to stay in that
But I
particular
thought
area.
colleges were supposed to expand your knowledge.
Right, you would think.
You would think
And
so.
you would think it would be the place where free speech would reign, but unfortunately it doesn't
true.
always take place.
Well, I would hope that everybody would enjoy it
Yeah.
and therefore come and check out more of our DVDs.
Absolutely. So this is Monday,
Monday the 20th.
July 20th.
Or July 20th.
July 20th, 7:15, and the Social Center. And this is not the only one the CE committee has planned, right?
No, we have one scheduled for August 17th.
August 17th.
And that is a movie based on Robert Whitlow's The Trial.
Oh, wow.
And it isn't as much focused on the Lord as it is his own personal struggle.
Oh, I see. That's right.
But a very exciting trial.
Absolutely. So this is a great idea. I'm really delighted that the CE committee has come up with it, and that they're providing an opportunity for people to see these movies together. So we hope that you'll join us.
That's right.
Then we Monday evening. Again. That's right. And Monday evening, at July 20th at 7:15 in the Social Center. Come see God is Not Dead with us. Blessings to you here at the Village Church.
Thanks for joining us for today's program. Be sure to watch again tomorrow when resident Carla Benninga will tell us about the Southwest Florida Symphony Concert coming next month as part of Shell Point's summer concert series. And Ingrid Oliver will give us insight on what the Advanced Senior Strength class is about and how it could be beneficial to you. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Monday, July 20th. I'm Dan Filgreen, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again here tomorrow.